and Women, Season 1, is brought to you by the Kitty Rose Lifestyle, The Next Chapter, Black Women Matter, Pin AI, and NetHub. Welcome to another episode of Women Invest in Women. I am here in Toronto. Woo, woo, woo. Let's give it up for our live audience. Yes. So as I said, Women Invest in Women is a global tour. This is episode 6. We've already been in about 5 cities. We've got 8 cities, 5 states, and 4 countries by the time that this season is over with. So I just want to give it up for everyone who came out live to Toronto. I also want to give it up to Festock Lounge, who we are hosting our live episode at. Yes, let's give it up for Festock. And now we are here with 2 amazing women panelists who are all about natural healing and wellness, and that's their journey as we're talking through this space. So I'll allow both of these women to introduce themselves. So I have Suniva on my left, and I have Dr. Patsy on my right. Let's give it up for them.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Suniva, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, thank you for having me. I'm
Yes,
honored.
absolutely.
I'm honored. This is so fun. So yes, my name is Suniva. Hello, everyone. I made a natural mica line with shea butter. Something about myself is I love glitter. I'm passionate about it. I love the inner beauty of a person. And so this is why I made my company, because it's all natural and we have to shine on both the inside and the outside. My background is child development. And so with that, you can expect me to have a big heart. And so I needed something to love. And so this is why I created a business like this.
Awesome. Thank you, Suniva. Now, Dr. Patsy,
Yes.
tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. Thank you for having me here, Ms. Thompson. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
And for this shine. For the shine, for the shine. Yes, I'm Dr. Patsy. I'm a clinical herbalist practitioner, and I have been doing this for 15 years now. And how I started it was because I went through personal issues with my health, and that's how I started to do seek the herbs to help with my issue and cope with it all these years till this day. I've been doing this herbs, and it's been called the Naturalist Clinic, Dr. Patsy, and I've been helping out the communities everywhere.
I love that. So I always ask all of my guests, what's one thing that people may not know about you that you'd like to share with us?
That you may not know about. I'm an open book, so that's a hard. Give me a few seconds.
Yeah, I'll give you a few.
Some don't know. You don't know. Well, they didn't know I started a business until now.
Okay.
Because at first, we just talk about things and we have these dreams and we may or may not go. We may or may not jump. And so it's real. We're here, and we're in transition. Maybe something that they don't know about me also is that I love really deeply. And I love really easily. So you don't have to do anything to earn my love. It's something called agape love. It's unconditional. So I just met you and I love you, I think people don't know that when I say that I love you to a stranger, I really mean it.
I love that. In fact, that's one of the currencies that I live by. There's 3 currencies that I talk about, and that is knowledge sharing, empathy, and love. So I love that we have that in common. How about you, Dr. Patsy?
Well, I will say that I'm a healer, and many people think that because I'm a healer, I'm not human. So that's the thing that they don't know. I'm a human being, so I do break down at times, and I still go through things, and so forth. And besides that, I have multiple entrepreneur life, and I have my artist life, I have my author life, I have my ministry, and so forth. That's what I have on the other side, because I have a double life, triple life. Yeah, I have too many things going at once. Um, and I'm a caring person. They may see me as like, oh, she crossed, miserable, this, that. But at the same time, I have a, it's just how I was brought up. And with that brought up, say, it's just being a rough way. So that, what they need to know, what they don't know, is that I'm a warrior. So that's just what it's embedded in me, and I can't help it. No matter how much I can't be soft coded or, or talk to you softly and say, oh, I can't just do it. So I'm a human being besides everything, and they need to know that I have feelings too.
Okay, you have feelings too. One of the things you mentioned was multiple streams of income. You're a multi-hyphenate. I think that's the new word. So back in the day, they used to say jack of all trades, master of none, but master of none is better than being doing none, basically, right? Master of one is better than doing none. So the saying has been misconstrued that you should only focus on one particular craft versus we've been given many gifts, and then to embrace all of those gifts. So now there's this new idea that women especially have coined, which is being a multi-hyphenate. We wear multiple hats, and most of us actually wear them pretty well. I would say we walk through the world pretty successfully with all of those hats. So I would love for you to talk a little bit about all of the hats that you wear, the multiple streams of income, the diversification of that income, and then I'll talk to you a little bit. I know you're going into your entrepreneurial career journey. A recent college graduate, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's give it up for
Thank you. Shout out to the teachers, shout out to the educators, shout out to the children. We love y'all. Do good in school. Okay, it's important. Do good.
Yes, okay, love it. Okay, so go ahead, Dr. Patsy.
So where do you want me to start?
Listen, you said author. I heard what you just said.
So much money. Where you want to go first?
I thank God for the skills and the talents that I have. I coming from military, law, and right down to healthcare and transportations. So those are my backgrounds that I have until the employers are like, so what are you doing, man? So anyways, for the artist life, it's a storytelling, more like spoken word music, singing. That's my artistry. I do. Um, my book, I sold over like 25 copies so far. It's like my memoir.
Nice.
Speaking about where I've come from, my personal life and everything, and leading up. So now it's available on Amazon.
Oh no.
So it's on Amazon as Miss Charlotte Patsy Brown. So anyways, that's what it is.
I need that.
Besides that, and my ministry. So I'm an ordained minister. Yeah, that's the other side of me that no one really knows much. And I start to bring that out of me now and then, but I'm coming out full force with it. So it's all like, say, a production. It's all my gifts right there, and those are where I get my revenue from and everything. I mean, as an upcoming artist, it's streaming elsewhere in the world, and I didn't know that until when I checked on my streaming stuff, accounts, and realized it's streaming, and people
That's
are
beautiful,
listening. So people are
yeah.
listening, and
That's great.
I didn't realize that. So I'm coming out with more projects very soon, and also I'm an upcoming nurse, so I'm doing my RPN right now, and everything is just flowing with the wind, and yeah. And as a entrepreneur in the herbs, I go around town and do my networking as a vendor and market my stuff, market myself, and that word on the street that's Dr. Patsy and our herbs, and I like hearing that from people. It's because it's the reputation that I carry, whether I'm strict and things like that. That's the way that it's just, again, that's how me is. I'm stern and strict, anyways. So that's those are my revenues, and I try to make as much income from it.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Right.
yes. Of course, of course. So let's talk about your. So obviously you have Nubian Essentials. Yes.
Let me get you one of
Okay,
these.
yeah, okay.
Let me
Let's
get you
do
one of
that.
these. Let me get you
Let's
one
do
of
the
these.
plug. Nubian
And,
Essentials.
Nubian Essentials, all natural mica with shea. This is our Lady Sophisticated mica and sugar girl. Okay, and this is a blind reaction. They don't know how to smell. Please indulge me.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, one for you.
Okay, that smells
That
good.
smells good. That's cool.
Yes, I enjoy it.
And then you smell.
Oh, are we spelling?
Yeah, I only have 2 flavors right now.
Okay, let's do it.
This is our. You want that?
Strong.
Strong good or strong bad? And this
Well,
is
this
onyx
smells like
and
nice
rupee.
chocolate.
No, it
Yes,
smells
chocolate
good.
strawberries.
Yes.
Chocolate strawberries.
This
Exactly.
is
Chocolate
exactly what it
strawberries.
reminds me of. Yes.
And that is my
chocolate
sugar girl. See,
I
all
love
natural.
this.
No, okay.
Yes.
Okay. When you so strong is
Ooh,
okay. Okay,
nice.
so
This is yes. Okay, makes
Thank
me want
y'all.
to eat it actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some edible ones. Actually, let me get some edible glitter for you. Don't you worry, I'm coming, baby.
Confetti.
Give the cousins what they want. So I started the business because we work hard for people. When we go to our jobs, we don't just do the job. We do. We bring our whole self and we do that job. You know what I mean? And so I'm in between a rock and a hard place. Even now, and I am. How much of myself do I give to other companies, and how much of myself do I give to myself?
That's a great question.
And lean into the gifts that are mine, that I don't really have to work for. Loving, being creative. I love beauty. I love making people feel good. Mixing this shade was just watching it fluff up was something so beautiful. So adding the colors and just being able to have more control over my life and how I make my money, how much money I can make, because I can price it at whatever. I can put whatever ingredient to say it's worth whatever because I am worth,
Yes, right.
whatever I put on me. So I appreciate the women investing in women because the first woman that I'm investing in is myself.
Yes.
I have to believe that,
Yes,
and I have to feel that. That's for real.
I love that. So I know you're doing Nubian Essentials, but you also just talked to me about an EdTech idea, cybersecurity. So let's go here for a second, and then I want to talk about this valuation because that is a word that you said, and I want to go swing back to that in a second. But go to cybersecurity, EdTech. Yes, like I said, there's multiple streams of income. There's different things they're doing. We're multi-hyphenate.
So me and AI decided that we're gonna.
You and AI, yes, I know.
My chat GPT, I love that thing.
You and AI.
Yes, be creative, have fun. I know y'all are. So we created in the middle of the night. Her name is Zara. Don't steal that. It's copyrighted already. Zara the coder. She's a little girl, our younger selves. She has little Afro puffs.
With
antennas, and she connects to any device, and she can connect to the devices and help them power back up. Or I don't know what kind of character, what kind of story she'll go on, what kind of adventure she'll go on. But her name is Zara. She got a friend named Ty. He got long locks, and his antennas, they power up the solar system, so we're able to live in harmony.
Yes, I love it.
He got it. And they got a little dog. We don't know the
that's
dog
animation.
It's gonna be animation. Yeah, it's gonna be animation. But the reason it's important because it's EdTech literacy. Because sometimes we give our children these devices a lot of times, and it's just you power on and you play. You might not understand the mechanics behind technology. What is it? Why is it? Why it's not okay to share your passwords? Why it's not okay to tell people your information? Right. You don't put your home addresses. Why you don't want to sneak around your parents and maybe make that account or talk to these strangers because you don't know who's on the other side of that. So I want to give our children the skills to enjoy their technology and be able to play their game safely.
Yes.
Enjoy their devices because they deserve that. And especially our children, the other side of it, the business side of it is learning technology because we need to learn how to use it. And so they can be creative.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so in your talking about the Nubian Essentials, and what you said was, I can decide how much value I put on a product.
Value, that was a good word.
Okay, and what that means is that you decide how much you're worth instead of your company. If you're an employee, your company kind of tells you how much you're worth. Yes, you can negotiate your salary, et cetera, et cetera. But generally speaking, when you are an entrepreneur and you know your ish, then you walk through the world in a certain way. You say, "This is what my price is," and that's that. Right? So I want to just talk a little bit about, and I hear you say, while she goes ahead and pours up her, sorry, what kind of tea is this again, Sora? Oh, wait, no, hibiscus and dandelion.
Hibiscus and dandelion.
And dandelion,
yes.
You know, when you were talking about Sora, I was like, I need to go get me some Sora. Yes, Patsy.
It made my chest feel good when I drank it.
So I want to just emphasize this because we haven't talked a lot about the valuation of my business, the valuation of my services, understanding my worth as a being, as a human, as a woman walking through the world. Can you talk to me a little bit about why that was so important for you to say? And then I heard you co-signing. I would love to hear whatever your thoughts are about it as well, Dr. Patsy.
Yeah. Value is important because we don't work for free. I need to eat. I need to do all the things that we love to do.
Tell them.
And it costs to do that. We don't live in a society where I can go get an orange on a tree. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's unfortunate. So I need to pay for that orange, and whatever else I may need, I might want to put it on something. You know? So ask me again.
Yeah.
I can elaborate more if you ask me again. I kind of lost my chain of thought.
No. But so obviously we need money to live.
We need money to live.
That's
value.
How do you decide what the value of your product is, what the value of your work was, and you making the shea butter, for example, and you decide, okay, I'm going to sell this for this amount of money because it's not just the ingredients that I sourced, but it's also the love and the care that I did to put this product together.
So it was hard to make a price for this. You know, it was real hard. And it was hard to put a value on myself. So I guess getting out of that box, because this is right here, this is $40. Okay. You know? And this is my first batch of it. And so, of course, we're going to make deals because I'm a people person. And I don't want to, the other thing about value is you don't want to give too much away because the other people won't value it. So I have to value it first.
Right.
So it was hard to come up with the $40, but it's a glass container. It's a bamboo lid. It has a protective seal. I did do the work. I did blend it all.
Yeah.
So I do think it has some value to it. And it's all natural. It's not going to hurt you at all to look fabulous. It ain't never hurt nobody.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Okay. So what do you have? I hear you.
What my view is?
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
And we need to charge more. We need to charge more in our regular spaces and in entrepreneurship. Because I met a lot of women who have
and that's what I wanted to talk on, because I find that sometimes I have to talk down my prices to people, and I'm getting really annoyed about that. And they don't realize that I have to go out there and buy these herbs. I have to travel to get these herbs. Okay, Jamaica prices ain't cheap. Okay, and farmer prices not cheap. No, they're not cheap. And plus to package them out into these bags, get the labels, pay for the man to do the designing, print them out, and all these things. It's money. So normally I charge for one of these. My prices has raised up over the years. Now this is going to go for at least $25, right? Because it's costing me and everything like that. They just think that, oh, you're a herbalist, so you can just go out there and pick the tree and everything like that. And the money goes on the tree, and the money you can just pick the leaf and then you pay the person. It doesn't work like that. Okay? I have to go through different people and get my stuff like that. I have to pay these different nationalities their money and to do business, especially as a woman of color. Okay? I'm already judged already by my color of my skin. Not only by my character, by my color of my skin, and then I want to have easy out here. Okay, so value is very important, and we have to pay for our time, putting it all together, buying and so forth. So I value the value, and when I have to go to the other people's stores and other nationality stores, I have to pay for it.
Full price.
Price.
Sometimes more.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And when I find that people in our community, they want to talk it down your price and everything like that. Sometimes, you can negotiate
right.
and bargain. Like I like to bargain too. Say, oh, but all right, so $20, so I give you $15. I will say certain things. Right. But no, it's not. Especially as a Black woman, it's not easy out here.
I'm glad you guys talked about that. So let's talk about our entrepreneurial journey. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. So who would like? Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Sure? Yes. Continue.
Again, to continue with that issue, as I was saying, as a female and woman of color, it's really hard. It is. Okay. The bad part of it is where you have to, you're running out of inventory. You got to keep up the transactions, the bookkeeping, the keeping up. It's very tiring. It's the content creating. You have to pay people to do your work, and sometimes you may not even have it to pay those people to as staff to keep up with the work and everything. So entrepreneur lifestyle sometimes even up to the other day I was saying, you know what, I better work for people than than me doing have an entrepreneur, because it frustrated, it stresses me out. And people look at me as a hustler. They look at me as a gangster. They look at me as a thug. And I'm trust me, I have come from the streets as like that, and they still call me that way to this day because of the mentality I have. And sometimes me have to break down because it gets to me emotionally.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a woman. I have female parts. I don't have a man. Sometimes I hustle like I'm a man. You know, I hustle all the time. And that is a part of the bad part of entrepreneur lifestyle. It is not an easy road. It's a long journey. And everyone have a different journey. Every one of us have our different lifestyle and funniness and everything like that. Our life is totally different no matter where you go, right? And the good part of the entrepreneur life is that I get to satisfy my clients, because everywhere I go, people are telling me, Dr. Patsy that, Dr. Patsy this and that, and because and I can't hide. I can't even go on the street for a moment and just be me, because people know me what I do, and I love it. I love the fame. You know, it gets me fame. It gets me famous. So that's the good part of being an entrepreneur. But behind it is tough. It's really tough. You have to buy inventory, you have to buy the products, you have to buy packages, you have to do this, you have to keep up with it, and transactions, you have to look for taxes, right? Be careful, the tax people don't come after me right now. But anyways, I you know, keep up with the, you know, the business name and all of that and the number. It's work. It's a lot of work. So that's my good part of it, of being an entrepreneur, is that I get to satisfy my clients, and when they come back to me, they have good testimonials. They have good testimonials, and I say it again, they have good testimonials, because there's nobody that come and say, oh, you know, that this not work for me, unless they're really ignorant. But at the same time, you have to give your body time to heal and time to take the herbs, because it doesn't have work like magic. We're used to having this pill we can swallow, and then, oh, I feel better, and this Tylenol and this drugs, and that's how they become, again, drug addicts. Anyways, we don't want to go on that side. Anyways, so I'm just happy that I have that entrepreneur lifestyle and boss woman mentality. And again, it's very hard for a boss woman to even get a mate because of that mentality. The man them know like that. They get intimidated. They get intimidated. That's a bad part of it. That's a bad part of an entrepreneur lifestyle. They get intimidated because of my boss life and mentality. So that's it for the woman them. They get jealous. But anyways, that's about it.
All right,
You said
Suniva.
that. You put that right on
You
it.
went right there.
It's true.
Alrighty, let's talk about some of the beauty of entrepreneurship. Suniva, Miss Love.
Having fresh ideas is nice, and acting on them. Seeing what I would do, finding the resources to be able to
Yeah.
order my product in quantities. So this is my first order of the glass and of the shea and of the micas, and I also have some like glitter gels and stuff like that that's coming out. So
Yeah.
how much is my initial investment versus how much am I expecting? That, like how we were talking about before, and starting my journey about where do I want to go with it? Do I want to? When I first walked in, somebody had mentioned that there's no competition, or that everybody has a lane to be in, and so you know what I mean, because there's enough money to go around. Basically, that's how I said it. As soon as I walked in, that's what the first thing I heard, and that's the first thing I interpreted. She didn't say those words, but that's what I heard. There's enough money to go around. So of course there can be a Red Lobster and a Fenty and a Mac and a Sephora and all the other places that think they're in competition with me. I am Nubian Essentials, and so we gonna stand up. We gonna stand apart.
It can't be in competition with you.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna stand apart regardless, and it doesn't matter that this is my first order, because there are plenty to come.
That's right.
And I have, you know, one customer and a million customers. So you're right, exactly. So I think that's what I'm more excited about. But I do also need to go get a regular job as well, because entrepreneurship is slow right now. Because if it's $40 and people ain't got 30, they only got one, and I'm missing the whole 39. Do I still let it go because I need the dollar?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I need that orange.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
No, I love that you brought that up, right? Because I think there are certain people who are purists about entrepreneurship, meaning you can't have a job and be an entrepreneur. I'm not one of those people. I actually believe have your W 2 and be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Use that money to fund your business.
Right, right.
And that's exactly where I'm coming
Use
from.
that W 2 and
yeah.
get your 401. I don't know if you guys have 401k retirement plan, but here in the US,
Yeah.
in the US, you got a 401k or retirement plan or pension. Use your job for all of those reasons. Okay, make that money, make that salary work for you. That's your investment. That's a stream of income that you can
Right.
use to then double it, quadruple it, triple it for many, 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 many different reasons. So I'm glad that you brought that up. There is nothing wrong in your entrepreneurial journey to having a job. Really, in fact, I would highly encourage it if you can. Just think about your time management. That's the only thing that I say.
Yeah,
you know,
because you have to have that,
that's
take
important,
that time.
right?
Well, can I ask
Take
you
that
a
time to
question?
work.
Sure.
Okay, so I flipped the script on you. Okay, so right now I'm in a place where I kind of like went all in. I don't really have a plan A, like a regular, right? And so, do I trust it? Do I keep on going? Do I just like get it out there hustle, or do I just go ahead and not concede, but just realize that okay, we have something else, but maybe we should just go back to the normal.
So I say that you do both. I guess, is my point, right? There is no, to me, there's no either or, especially since you're so young in your career. Why not go ahead and establish yourself in your career and then also, you know, invest back into your business? So when I did have a job, I've had multiple jobs when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I worked as a teacher. Is probably the biggest job that most people know me as. I was always hustling. First of all, as a teacher, you're not making that much money anyway. And Kwamara likes to live a certain type of lifestyle, I'll be honest. So, so I was hustling up money, but I was using the skills that I was using in education. So I knew how to write curriculum. So I was writing curriculum for other people, for other programs. I was hustling up all kinds of different other types of jobs. So I was doing that when I was young, in my 20s and 30s. Now I'm 40. I make a lot of passive income. I don't believe in hustling for income that much any longer because I'm at a certain point in my career. But you in your early career, I think it's okay for you to hustle up, for you to have a 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be. But also be thoughtful around what's the job that will allow me to still do the work, still do the passion that I want to do. Is there a job that is aligned with my passion? So that's also true too. Like you don't have to necessarily do either or. And it sounds like you're passionate about lots of things: education, cybersecurity, and obviously natural healing products, love, etc. So what are the things that you can do in that sense? And then can you negotiate not just salary but your work environment? Meaning, can you work remote? Can you work hybrid? You always have to go into the office. Like, can you figure out different ways that you can create an environment that makes it easy and more flexible for you to also build your entrepreneurial career? They can be working in parallel with each other.
That's like freedom and responsibility. I have to choose.
I don't think you have to choose.
No, I have to choose what I'm gonna do.
No.
What I find.
What you're saying, you can do both.
That's
what I'm saying.
What I find it's hard to. Sometimes it can be very confusing and very stressful on the mind and body to do so many things at once. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, here I am. I have jobs doing because I fund my stuff by my business by working my own jobs and so forth. And plus I have productions to do. I have artist life to do and everything like that. And then to promote yourself, again, on top of that, by content creating and all of that, it's time consuming. It gets very stressful at times. So what I do is I space out and schedule my stuff to know what I need to do and when I should do this and what day and so forth. Because if you're going to do everything all at once, you're going to get burned out.
Time management is key. I definitely agree with that.
It's a burnout.
So thinking about your time management.
Yes.
Thinking about when you are the most productive, when you're the least productive, when you just want to chill. That's like throughout the day. But as women, we can also think about our cycle. So think through our cycle. When are we the most productive? That can stress when are we just need to relax and veg out at home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just understand the rhythms of life and then, create your schedule accordingly. Okay, we are gonna wrap up. So before we do, I would love to hear at least one word of wisdom or a 3-word sentence that you would love to leave the audience with. Ooh.
Serve God and live.
Serve God and live.
I love it.
Okay.
And this is for women investing in women.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And this is for women investing in women.
But yes, but whatever word that you want to
Get
say.
your money, sis.
Get your money, sis. Boom. Love it.
And thank
Okay,
you.
I love it. Okay, we're now going to take a break and then we will come back with our next fireside chat. Let's give it up for Dr. Patsy and Suniva.
Thank you. Episode 6, baby.
Oh, you guys are sweet.
What if your brand could travel the world, be seen by millions, and align with a movement that changes lives? Introducing the Women Investing in Women Global Tour, directed by visionary media leader Kitty Rose and moderated by the empowering Kwamara Thompson. Our show reaches 4.7 million homes through broadcast television and is streamed on all major podcast platforms. That means your product, your service, your message, right in front of an audience of investors, buyers, and culture shapers. This is more than media. It's a movement. This is women investing in women. Want in? Limited spots, global reach, real impact. Contact us today to advertise with purpose.
Okay, welcome back to Women Invest in Women. I have got Kalisis Talesh here. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so excited to have you, lawyer extraordinaire here in Toronto, Canada. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm very pleased to be here as well.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
First, so I'm a lawyer based in Toronto. I practice criminal law, immigration, civil litigation, and a little bit of family law.
Awesome. So what is a fact that most people may not know about you?
Interesting fact, I speak more than 5 languages.
Oh my God, that is okay. So what 5 languages do you, or how many languages do you actually speak? Since you
5.
said more?
So I speak, of course, English, Hindi, Urdu, Persian, Dari, Punjabi, and a little bit of Gujarati.
Oh, wow. Wow. So here I am going to be ignorant. So what part of that? Was this because of your ethnicity? Like what part of the world?
Both, actually. My parents, we traveled a lot. So, so Hindi is from India,
Right.
Urdu is from Pakistan,
Yep.
Persian is Iran, Dari is Afghanistan,
Okay.
and then Punjabi is also a part of India.
India. Yeah. Yes. Awesome. So how did you end up here in Canada?
Yeah, well, a long time ago, my parents migrated from Afghanistan and then all the other neighborhood countries, and then we went to Germany and then US, and finally we're here
Okay.
a long time ago.
Yes. So you're a lawyer by trade, but you're also an entrepreneur because you're running your own law firm. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to start your law firm? How has that journey been?
Amazing. I'm extremely thankful that I made that decision. So I've been in the industry for a very long time. I worked as a clerk for law firms. I worked as a receptionist. I worked as an article student for big firms like RBC, Gardner Roberts. I also worked with Ministry of Attorney. I was privileged to work in there as well. But while I was working for everyone, giving my soul, my hours, my life, I realized that unfortunately, eventually, you're just a number, you're just a person. What happened to me, there was a big shift during COVID. So I was working for Gardner Roberts. I would wake up 5 a.m. I literally thought the job is my home, do extra and above just to look good. And eventually, when vaccination requirement, everything came in, they decided to lay off 300 people, and I was one of them.
Oh, wow.
So that literally woke me up as a human to say, well, no matter how hard I'm going to work, no matter how many hours, how much knowledge I can attain, at the end of the day, I'm just an employee of a company. Not that they were in a bad stage. They didn't need it anymore. So many people were working from home. They couldn't afford it, whatever reason they had. So that was a wake-up call for me that, okay, now it's time for me to do something with my life. And then I am so happy with that. I don't want to use the word tragedy, but it was like a tragedy where for a month I was depressed. I was like, now I got to go back on Indeed, put my resume. No matter how much experience I have, I still have to put myself out there. So that was very, very important time of my life. And I think that hit me literally in a positive way and woke me up to say, okay, I'm going to get my own license and I'm going to do my own thing. And the rest is history now.
And the rest is history. What kind of law do you practice, or does your law firm practice?
Yeah, so my law firm practice almost everything except from real estate closing and tax law.
Okay.
So we do civil litigation. People are suing each other. I also do real estate, immigration if somebody wants to migrate to come to Canada, or want to bring their family. I also predominantly practice refugee law. So if there's a lot of refugees and they want to have, they left their country, they want safety in Canada. I also do a little bit of landlord and tenant, contract law, and employment law.
Okay, nice. So we were talking a little bit earlier, and you talked about some of the success you've had on social media.
Yes.
And we had some of our previous panelists talk about doing content is like a whole nother job, but it's important as you're an entrepreneur and you're building your brand and you're building your reputation. So can you talk a little bit about how you've been successful in the social media lens?
Absolutely. So here's the thing. When I wanted to go to law school, and I wanted that from a very young age, there was no doubt. All I knew that I had to be very good in reading, retaining information, and being able to speak and fight. And initially, when I got my license, and I was like, well, how do I get clients? I'm competing with so many of the law firms that have so much money, and I am so thankful to social media. Well, a lot of my clients do come with word of mouth, but I am also getting social media. For example, my team, I have a designated team. We're very active on TikTok now. You're not going to believe this. Within a week, we got so many inquiries already. It's worth way more than paying Google.
Wow.
And this is like normal people that literally interact with you and need a legal advice. I'm also very active on Instagram, and majority of my leads are coming from there. So I do highly recommend every single person. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, doctor, somebody who's selling hand soaps, whoever you are, get on social media and you'll be shocked how many clients you can get.
Do you have a strategy? You talked about your team, so you do have a team that you employ to help you.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that. As I said, when I went to school, social media is the last thing they tell you. And I think in all industry, if you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever, nobody's going to tell you, well, here's a class to attend and get clients.
Yeah.
So for me, I did hire a professional company. They're based in Newmarket. They do show up with their camera and gears, and then they make me sit like a captive inmate, put a lot of questions. Yeah, literally, I'm not allowed to take calls and do whatever. They will ask me a series of questions. We record it. They go away. They do their magic, make the contents ready, and then the next minute, I see everything all over social media.
Oh my God, how amazing is that? Yeah. So you basically believe that it's worthwhile for you to invest in a company that can do social media for you, or at least have somebody in your team, intern, an assistant, or somebody who can be focused on the social media strategy.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen people where they'll just literally grab a camera and do it themselves. If you can do that, bravo, go for it. But eventually, if you want to get up ahead in life, you want to create a name, you want to create a logo for yourself, I highly recommend to get a professional company. They're not that expensive. I mean, you can probably find a small one where they know what to do and how to bring you out on social media.
And they know those algorithms, because that's the other,
that's
the other key component. Now, I'm glad that we're talking about this, because also I get a lot of clients on LinkedIn is really my thing. So I do a lot of business to business, and so I find that that's where you find a lot of other business clients versus consumers, which is maybe where you do more often, which is why TikTok. So I am going to be thinking about TikTok. I'm going to be talking to my team.
You should.
When we get back, we're like, let's talk about that TikTok, y'all, because we have enough short form content, even based off of what we're doing here. So something to think about. So I know you said that you love this change that you did in terms of becoming your own entrepreneur, building your law firm. What was some of the struggles that you had when you were putting things together?
So when I started, I guess the struggle is always not knowing. And as a human, we like to be in control of everything, no matter how much you say you don't. You want to know how much money I'm going to make. Will I be even successful? How much money do I need? So all of that hurdle I had to go through as a lawyer. But thankfully, because I was in the industry for too long, so I had amazing mentors who was always there to pick up my call. I went online. I listened to a lot of videos of other lawyers who decided to have their own law firm. So I did all of that. So starting, I always say any business, I know there is like a deadline of 2-3 years. It's okay if you don't make money. I'm different. I put 4 months, and I said in 4 months or 6 months, if I don't get few clients, this is not for me. This is the deadline I put. Give yourself a deadline. I mean, I'm blessed enough that I can confess that finance was not an issue. For me, I just wanted an experiment. So I said 6 months. If I don't even make few clients, I'm out.
Yeah.
And honestly, I made so many clients that's it.
So you're talking about how you have a team of lawyers. Can you talk about what it's like to manage a team? Some of our folks are just starting off as entrepreneurs. Some people are solopreneurs.
Yeah.
But you've got an actual law firm with employees and a team of folks. So can you talk about what it's like to manage people?
It's very stressful. It comes with a lot of responsibility, but it's also amazing. I love what I do. I work 18, 19, sometimes I think 24 hours. I don't promote that at all, but I think I'm a workaholic. That's beside the point. It comes with a lot of work. So my morning starts, always, we do calendars. So I am blessed with an amazing team. You must have, no matter how much work you're going to have, hire people that are really good in their areas. For example, my marketing team, my office manager, my scheduling manager, my paralegals, my students, everybody knows what to do and they do it. And my job is to make sure that work is done. So I don't do small things like I have to do, for example, a small court appearance. One of my lawyer can do it. I don't need to waste 3 hours in the court unless it's a trial or it's an important case and the judge want to speak with me.
Yeah.
Other than that, juniors will take care of it. My job is to look at the deadlines, the work is done on time. And the lawyers that work for me or work with me are all experienced lawyers that have been in the industry for 30, 40 years. So they know more than me. But still, as a business owner, you need to be on top of everything. Everybody leaves office 9, 10 o'clock or even whatever time they leave. My job doesn't end. I still need to make sure all of the files were done, the deadlines are met, everybody did their work. So it comes with the stress.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, it's interesting because when we were talking offline, you were saying you're doing all these hours for other people. And so if you're going to work all these hours anyway, you might as well do them for yourself, right? And then you get to put a value on what that time actually is. Because the companies, if you're an employee, the company's kind of telling you, you can negotiate your salary, yes. But they're kind of telling you what they believe your work is worth. Whereas you decide, this is what my billable hours are, this is what it is to work with me in my law firm. Can you just talk a little bit about those two differences? Even though, yes, you might be working 24 hours, but it's totally freedom to say that I'm working for myself doing that.
Thank you for that question. I think it's best part of my job. When someone asks me, what do you love? I say I love a lot of things, working on challenging and exciting cases, but you work for yourself. You get to pick your hours. There's days that if I'm severely sick or I'm really tired, I sleep in.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine you can sleep until 11 o'clock on a weekday? A majority of people, if you work for someone, you can't do that. So I have the liberty of doing that. I have a liberty of going to the gym 2 in the morning and I can sleep until 9, wake up later. I know the office is taken care of. I know that day I don't have a trial, I can wake up late. So it's amazing. Back in the days, I used to work maximum 12 hours and then be home. Now I can put that 12 hours, but it's my baby, it's my business.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to pay back not only to myself and people around me. It's like a legacy I'm creating. I'm, I don't have kids, but if I ever have kids, it's also good for my family.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that you put in legacy. Talk a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more. We didn't get a chance to touch upon legacy in the last panel, but I think legacy is so important, especially when you're talking about entrepreneurship and ownership, which is where you're owning your law firm.
So to me, legacy is basically someone had to sacrifice. There has to be either, I don't want to use the word black sheep of family, but someone had to break barriers and norms of society and expectation.
Yeah.
You got to wake up, work 9 to 5, get married, have kids. Not that they're any bad, but you need to have a mind where you're going to do all the hard work. You're going to make the challenges. In my opinion, the hardest thing I did is not knowing, taking that risk and still going forward.
Yeah.
Someone had to make that.
Yeah.
All the big corporations we see, Amazon or Steve Jobs, all of these things, all of the work that was done, someone had to take the risk. Someone had to sacrifice and look
That's
at the
right.
legacy. They're even dead. Steve Jobs is done, but his family is going to be good for the rest of their life. So that is legacy. Someone had to do the hard work. And it looks like I was blessed, and I think it's me.
You'll be the leader,
family.
right, for the Talash family. I love that. You mentioned about having mentors that you could talk to and the network that you were able to create before you decided to step into entrepreneurship. Can you talk about the importance of mentorship? And then I think you have a student here, so you're also a mentor to some mentees. So mentorship, community, what role does that play in your success as an entrepreneur?
I do want to take some credit without sounding too egoistic, but however, without my mentors, I don't think I would have had the courage to really say, yes, I'm going to do and open my law firm. Doesn't matter if I'm going to get clients. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go sign 5 years lease with a company. I don't know if I'm going to come up with a bill. My mentors were always there. There's days that even as a lawyer, you feel down. You're human. You feel depressed. You don't know. You're worried about the unknowns. You have challenges. Even as a student, I had challenges of like studying on time and what job or what area to pick. And I can give all that credit to all the amazing mentors that I have. And I am super, super blessed. And I highly recommend everyone, doesn't matter what industry you're from, please find an amazing mentor who not only has experience, but they have the best in them. They want to help you. They're always there to help you. I'm a firm believer of that. And because of that, I'm actually a mentor for Humboldt College in York University at the moment.
Okay.
I do accept paralegal students from various countries and departments and international students. And some lawyers are like, they say it's a lot of work, but for me it's a privilege because someone did it for me. Now it's time for me to pay forward.
Yes, I love that. That's so great. Yes, let's give it up. That's beautiful. And we're about to wrap up, so I would love for you to give one word or a 3-word sentence that you would love to leave our audience with.
Be persistent. When life hits you with a challenge, see that as a game, see that as a fun, see that as this is how I saw it. When, let's say, I was doing my exam, I got severely sick. Funny part, I broke my toe. I was so sick and I couldn't write this exam. So the professor said, you got enough reason, we'll cancel the semester. You're going to be a year late to graduate, but you're okay to come back next year. And I said, no. I put myself through the pain, walked to campus every day, studied, even during the exam with severe fever, not to tell myself, hey, let's push ourselves. But I saw that as a fun. Don't see every challenge as a pain. Associate everything that comes your way as a barrier, and maybe it's God's way of pushing you towards the right direction. So be persistent, love challenges, be positive. Those are my motto in life.
I love that. Be persistent, love challenges, and be positive. Thank you so much, Khalees.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Yes, let's give it up for Okay, and so this wraps up our episode of Women Invest in Women. Remember, it is a global tour. 8 cities, 5 U.S. states, 4 countries. You can catch us on all podcast streaming channels, Women Invest in Women. And make sure you join us in our 10,000 strong campaign. Peace, everyone.